Hey folks, John with A&J Outdoors, and we are out on the Grady White. So I've started a blog on the work we're doing on the Grady White. First video, which will be up above me here somewhere, is the walk around of it, just to introduce you to it. I've done a lot, so if you want to see what we've been doing, check out my TikTok at A&J Outdoors. That's the TikTok. I've been doing little short TikToks. I think I'm on update 10 or so. So those are just short ones. This, for the YouTube channel, is going to be a little bit longer version, seeing what we're actually doing, right? So, trailer had work. I've replaced all 6 hubs. I've replaced all the brakes. I still got work to do on the very last one because I have the caliper they sent me, because I had replaced 4 of the calipers, and that's one of them. Came without the sleeve and mounting bolt, so I'm waiting on that. Had to put a new rotor on it, so trailer's almost done. I might have to get some new tires too. We'll see about that. Up in the boat, been doing a ton of wiring. So I pulled what was up here. This is the Garmin we're keeping for now. That was the Raymarine radar that didn't work. The screen was all shot. And then this is the Raymarine autopilot that doesn't work either. So what I've been doing is just pulling old wires out of this sucker. We spent a lot of time doing that yesterday. So again, on TikTok you'll see some of that. Pulling wires up here, right? Because once you own a used boat, and there's been 2 other owners, there's going to be things you're going to want to look at and change. This extension cord became the wires for the all-around light up top, or the anchor light. So yeah, that kind of stuff I'm getting rid of. There you can see a pile of wires, right? And we're getting rid of, and there's more to come. That is the compass for the Raymarine autopilot. That system's about 20 years old. When I called them about getting parts, they were like, no, you need to buy a new one because all that stuff's old and we don't have it anymore. So that's why I'm ditching it. That's the through hole that was hooked to the Raymarine. And then here's my issue. Maybe you guys can help me with this in the comments. We're gonna open this up. Maybe. Right. So autopilot wires were going all the way back to the motor, right? So I got to pull those. I pulled them sitting there, and that little piece on the bottom there has to come off. That's all for it's hooked to the hydraulic ram, right? That comes off. So down here, when I was fishing around, I found this. Sorry about the jumpy. Right, which is a transducer, and you see by the holes there, usually it's mounted on the transom, right, back of the boat. This was just laying down inside the bilge. So I had asked if it was epoxy, because they said they can work that way. I don't know. That might be something I need to do, because this is the one hooked to the Garmin that I'm keeping and using. So I need to figure that out. Or I just get a Garmin version of this one, right? The mount, they just screw into the mount, and the mount's already there. And they make one that looks just like it, so it should just screw in. So we'll see. I'm trying to save money. That's why I'm trying to keep some of the Garmin stuff, because I've decided I want a dual grass up here. I was going to go all Simrad grass, Simrad autopilot, Simrad radar, but talking to folks at Offshore Fish, they're loving Garmin out there. Already got a Garmin unit, so if it will link up with the newer Garmin units, then I might just have to go one more Garmin, the radar, and the autopilot. So that's kind of up to date. You can see down in there, that's the drain for the live well, so I've got to get that figured out. All right, so let's go around front and see what the first task at hand is. The windshield wipers were not working on the boat, okay? They're on a switch, which you can see right, where is it? No, that's the washdown. Wipers, right? And it goes up once, and that's supposed to do just the driver's side windshield wiper. Goes up again, you might be able to hear them. That's supposed to do both. Well, they weren't doing anything. So Shay was over yesterday helping me pull the motors, pull the covers off the motors, and saw that one of them was unhooked completely, or both of them were. So he hooked them up. The problem was on this one on the starboard side, once he put power to it, it started running even though the switch was off. So I unhooked that one and I did the switch into the second where it's supposed to run both of them, and that one ran fine. So we're good on that one. Problem with this one, we moved around wires on that switch and realized it's a bad switch. So for now, they'll both work or they're off. And then when we replace those switches, we'll be able to fix the wire for this one. So now that I've pulled that, I've got all these pieces, parts. I've got some 5200. I know a lot of people hate 5200, but I think it's good for this situation. I'm going to clean that area up around the shaft here, and then I'm going to install some 5200 and these pieces and put it all back together so I don't have any leaks through there. I've already pulled the horn and resealed it because we've got some leaks in the cab. I know this window's one of them. I got to replace the seal on that, but I'm not sure where the other ones are coming from. Might just be these side windows. So those are all projects to come. So let's get busy on fixing this thing. Oh, paper towel. That's right. Trying to clean this little guy up and reuse him because I don't have a replacement. A tech tip I learned: when you use these tubes, a lot of times you use it once or twice and then the stuff dries up and you can never use it again. And I had a lot of suggestions on what to do about that. The last one I got has been the best. You just put some petroleum jelly, some Vaseline in the cap and on the end here and close it up, and that keeps it from air getting in there and drying it up. So far that's worked pretty well for me. All right, oh shit, that was my crescent wrench that I went all over the boat looking for. Bad boy on. All right, they died. Why did they die? Oh, that's not right. Well, it's mounted well. Turned it on, you heard it running probably. But then it just died on me. So that tells me it might be more than just the wiring at the motors is good. So let's get back under that switch panel, which I'm going to have to completely replace anyways, and see if we can get that working again. But that's just, the main thing was just to close that up so water doesn't get in there. We're going to get some rain this week. Also, the spotlight, put a new bulb in it yesterday. I came out here in the dark and it has spotlight and flood capability. Man, that sucker is bright. So that's another fix we have done already. So let's go see what else we can get ourselves into. All right, so there's the radar dome on top, the hard top. And it's Raymarine. It's going away. Remember, we're not going to use any Raymarine stuff. It's 20 years old or 18, somewhere along that line. And I'm going to leave it installed until I get the new stuff. Why open up all those holes and then wait until you get something to put up there? So I'm just going to leave it there. But if you see coming out the back of it and going up behind it, that's my all-around light. And you can tell it's broke off at the top because I had a low-hanging tree branch in the neighborhood take it out. So I don't like that setup. So I decided I want to put a folding light up here that I can drop down, and when we're traveling, we travel with it down, and then when we get on the water, we can stand it up and use it. So I just got to figure out where to put it. Take a look at what I got. There's the light. Now you just loosen that little dial, and you can lay it down or you can stand it up like it is right now. It's 25 inches. I just got to make sure it's the highest point on the boat, because that's the law, right? So it's got to sit up higher than that Ray Marine. So let's take a look, and I'll see if I can find a spot for it. Might not get it installed today, but at least I'll figure out where it's going. The wiring is going to be the issue, running wiring up in the roof, up into the hardtop here. All right, I got to do more thinking on where I'm going to put that light, because there's certain spots. The easiest spots to put it are the spots where you shouldn't put it, because it's not much taller than that radar dome. You want it to be the highest point on the board, of course. So we'll readdress that. When we got the survey done, of course, he found a ton of stuff, just little nicky-knack things, not things that, oh, the boat's going to sink, right? Nothing to put us off from buying the boat. But the benefit of that survey is I took it and I made it a to-do list, right? And so I've got a need-to-do list. That's the stuff that I want to get done before we take it down to the coast and put it in the water again, right? And then I got a want-to-do list, and that's all the stuff I don't have to have done before we go to the water, but it would be nice. So let's take a look at it. All right, we're not going to read it out to you, but you can see down the left-hand side, that's all the need to do stuff. And again, some of that is just nitpicky stuff, but it's good to have. And then that's the wants over there, want to do. So need to do, got to get it done. Wants to do, get it done when I have the time and money. All right, let's take a look at our next issue, okay? I'm going to turn this camera around. What we're looking at here is the antenna for the VHF radio, and if you look closely at that cord, it is falling apart, so that needs to be replaced. But that cord is all part of the actual antenna. The tip on this antenna is where that cable runs to. Cord, cable, more of a cable, right? Coaxial. So I've got to take this whole antenna off, unhook that cable, and then replace it with a new one. So I'm going to see if this sucker will just turn and come loose for me. Alright, that one's done. Now we'll get a new antenna down and attach it to the radio. So today's Sunday. I enjoy watching football. I know some people are hating it now, but my Broncos are playing right now, but they're horrible this year. So I got the TV on in the garage so I can keep an eye on it. They're winning 14-10, but it's early. But yeah, I'm probably not going to do too much more on the boat. Let's see what we can get into next. Hold on. All right, folks, that closes it out for today, the light work day. Next vlog will have more work, I'm sure. And it's time to go relax Sunday morning, watch some football. Y'all have a good weekend. Also, remember to subscribe down below, hit that bell notification, and give this video a thumbs up if you would. All right, appreciate it. Peace out.